Um, all right, let's make some predictions here. I want you to go 4-1 first, as we always do.
No. I want you to go first because I've got a question for you afterwards. After you do yours.
So, speaking the way that I just did about how Japan can get out of this group, I'm here for the chaos. I'm here for the crazy. In four, I got Costa Rica. In three, I've got Spain. In two, I've got Japan, and in one, I've got Germany. I think Japan can beat Costa Rica and get a result against Spain to because I don't think Spain will have the attacking ability to break them down like Germany will. So if Spain sits in, or if Japan sits in against Spain, gets a counterattack goal, I think they can get a result against Spain, and Japan will move on.
So what I have at the moment is Costa Rica at 4, Japan at 3, Spain at 2, and Germany at 1. And my
Euro
question
style.
for you is make the case for Germany at 2. I mean, sorry, for Japan at 2
I
over
just
Spain.
did. I just did.
I don't know if I have enough faith in Japan's back line to get it done. I think they
Japan's back line held the at least one of the top two World Cup favorites to a 1-0 scoreline.
but that would
That's what I mean. Yeah, you're wrong. Stop it. Listen, the team knows what they're doing defensively. They may not be big world beater names, but they know what they're doing. They've got a clear and defined system. And I'm telling you, as a coach and as a player, clear and defined systems with good players is better than crazy switch tactics with great players. They know what they're doing. They've got tons of experience. They're going to be solid in the back. They're going to take that on and they're going to give it to their young, exciting attacking players, Minamino, Matoma, Maeda, uh, Aito. You've got all these players that are going to be successful going forward. And this is a good Japan team. I think Japan gets out of it. And Spain, and we talked about Spain being missing some very key players that were the rock, Sergio Ramos, David De Gea. Those players are gone. You talked about which Murata is going to show up. Do we know? We don't, because you don't know what type of Murata is going to show up. You got winger depth that is good, but if you're serving to a striker that can't finish, then it means nothing. You've got Busquets who's going to be great, and then but you don't know if you're going to put him or Rodri. And Rodri's great, don't get me wrong, but now you're looking at Pedri at 19 and maybe Gavi at 18, right? Two very young players who are going to be tested on the world stage. You've got Koke who can fill in, Carlos Soler, but there are a lot of players in here that have ability, but they're this isn't Spain. This isn't Spain 2010. This isn't Fernando Torres, Xavi, Iniesta, uh, you know, Busquets, and even the goalkeepers is right. Unai Simon, great, right? But it's not Victor Valdez. Center backs, Pau Torres and Eric Garcia, Diego Llorente, great. That's not TK Ramos or uh,
Wheel.
Puyol, right? Left back is Jordi Alba, right back Carvajal, but Carvajal might not start. It might go to Azpilicueta, right? This isn't David Villa on the wings with Pedro on the other side. It's Ferran Torres at 22 and Marco Asensio, Paulo Sarabia. That's not the same. It's not Spain 2010. And listen, I'm not saying Spain is a bad side at all, but I'm saying if any team here is going to fall short, this team looks like it might be the one. That's all I'm saying.
So listen, I 100% agree with you. This is not Spain 2010. But the thing is, they don't need to be Spain 2010 to beat Japan. Like Japan, I think is underrated. This team looks really nice on paper, but at the same time, they do not need to be 2010 Spain to beat this team. This is still a beatable team. I think there are still weaknesses here. Spain at their best should definitely beat Japan. I get that it's definitely a question of like, can they be at their best, especially considering the fact that, you have someone like at striker who is a bit more inconsistent.
Connor, let me ask you.
I'm gonna stick with Spain at 2. So
Okay, let me ask you something.
what?
We've now done 5 predictions for groups. Yeah.
Yeah,
How many of them have you put a expected to win out of the group?
probably 0.
Yeah. Do you really think that this
No,
entire
definitely
World
not.
Cup is
I'm going for the safe bet though that I'm not gonna get 100%, but I'm gonna get a high percentage.
boring, boring and wrong? You really think this entire World Cup is going to go without one
No,
crazy
absolutely
thing
not. I
happening?
know for a fact it's not.
Stop it.
I know I will not be walking away
And
with
if
100%
if
accuracy.
any team is going to do it, it's going to be this one that's supposed to get in. I really want to do this research, but I maybe after I'll do it. Of each year, how many top 10 teams don't make it out of the group? It's at least one.
Yeah, I agree with
And
you.
I mean, I put France in, right? But I think Spain also has a shot at not doing it.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I fully understand that I will definitely not have a 100% accuracy, but majority of these teams are going to be going through. Not all of them, but majority of them are.
You're
This is one
boring.
where I'm on the border. I'm on the border. I can absolutely see Japan, playing upset and knocking off Spain, but I think Spain also starting the first game against Costa Rica could be beneficial for them because they could walk away with 3 points and be sitting in a good spot, have that confidence going into the next couple games.
Sure, but then they get spanked by Germany, and now it's like, okay, I need a result
Well,
because
you can't just assume that they're gonna be
you're
spanked by
right. I'm not,
Germany.
but I'm playing hypotheticals, right? So you're looking at Spain versus Costa Rica, right? Let's say Spain beats Costa Rica, Germany beats Japan. Okay. Second game goes in. Spain loses to Germany. Costa Rica loses to Japan. Now Germany's on 3. Spain and Japan on 2 are on Germany's on 6. Spain and Japan are on 3. Costa Rica on 0. Okay, based on goal differential, they might need to get a result because a draw would knock them out. And based on and even then, if Japan sits in and gets a counter goal, then they need to break down a two Japan to have 2 goals. A very well oiled and structured Japan. I'm just saying, like this isn't out of the question. It's definitely not wild.
No, it's not as wild as when you put France in third, but
All right, you're wrong.
this is I agree with you. That's why I'm like on the fence on it. Like yeah, I'm very close to going for the same thing, but I just think that the star players for Spain can do enough in a big game to carry Spain, like if they are in that situation where it's
Which star
3-3
which
winner
star
take on.
players are you talking about? Which star players are we highlighting here?
Let me pull up the lineup I have.
Bro, you're literally telling me star players are Alvaro Morata and
Pedri,
Ferran Torres.
Laporte.
Laporte from center back is gonna
Yeah,
win a
he can
game.
absolutely put in an amazing shift and just completely lock
Stop
down
it!
Japan.
Stop it!
You gonna tell me Laporte couldn't put in a shift and lock down Japan?
Does Laporte even play at City?
He's always hurt. But yes, I believe
Oh,
he does
so
play.
so magically he's gonna join the World Cup squad, be magically healthy, and be a world beater? Stop it!
But
You're
what? He's just
talking
gonna
yourself into a
magically forget
hole.
how to play when he comes
You're
back from
talking
injury?
yourself into a hole. You know you are. You
No.
know you are.
Now I'm definitely sticking with Spain at second.
Oh my
Let
god,
me
you are.
read it so you have it for the clip. Costa Rica at 4, Japan at 3, Spain at 2, and Germany at 1.
I want you to say it right now. I want to say, my name is Connor Wright, and I don't know ball.
Yeah, we'll see what the TikTok
He's
comments say.
three appearances for City all season.
Who's hurt? What do you want him to do?
What does that mean anything?
What do you mean that doesn't mean
He
anything?
can't knock John Stones out of a spot. You think
What'd
he's
you
going to
say?
just show up and turn into a world beater? Stop it.
What about John Stones?
He can't. He is back. If he's back healthy, he's not even knocking John Stones out of his spot.
I'm sure they're not rushing him back. He's got time to get phased back in.
Let's take a look.
He has injury history. Why would you rush him back in when he has injury history?
Knee
Erling
surgery.
Haaland didn't start last game. You can tell me Julian Alvarez is benching Erling Haaland?
He was cleared October 3rd.
Yeah, he's got a
to
couple games
rejoin.
recently. He played against Brighton. He played against Leicester.
Nope. I'm not sitting here and listening to you. This nonsense. This is nonsense. I'm not listening. We're done here. We're done.
Sure.